Well, first of all, growing up in this little farm, I wanted to sell peaches. And I grew up with peaches. My father planted lots of peaches back in 1927 and 1928. And so, being the last of 5 kids, it fell to me to pick them all when I grew up. And I just enjoyed watching my mother sort them out and get them ready for selling each day. And I enjoyed people coming back and watching people gain trust in my mother's quality and what she was offering people year after year. So what I wanted to do was to sell peaches when I grew up and plant more trees and get an orchard going, a bigger orchard than ever before. And I finally got a job after graduating from college. I got a job teaching, and I took my very first paycheck to buy more trees and to start increasing the family orchard. In 1967, I bought a log cabin for $150. And 2 years later, I put them all back together and started a store that I finally named Das Peach House. So I asked my mom to make jams and jellies, and we put them on the shelf. And I discovered a few years later that people came back asking for those jams and jellies. So I thought that was pretty neat. So I had another market besides peaches. I had an ability to also make more jams and jellies, and we expanded the varieties. We started doing wild berries, agaritas, and grapes, and other things that grew naturally, and started making more jams and jellies. I discovered I had a second market for jams and jellies, and I did that for about 10 years and finally got a job teaching in my hometown of Fredericksburg. And I used a lot of kids to pick peaches and to work for me in the summer. And one young man that I hired was Case Fisher, and he was a great salesperson. I didn't have to tell him much at all or train him. He was just natural with people. People wanted to buy everything that he offered them, and he was that kind of kid. Sometimes you run into those kids and they want to do everything for him. And he loved working in the store, and he was great with the public. His senior year, he came in my office and suggested that we could do something with these jams and jellies. And I thought that was kind of nice because I liked him. I'd gotten to know him. I don't have any kids of my own. And I thought, wow, if he'd like to be in business, well, let's see where this goes. And so he went off to college, and I was elected county judge, so I went off playing on the bench for a while. 4 years later, he was out of college and I was out of a job, and we affectionately said we were in a jam because we had to take our jams and jellies on the road. Our goal was to get other people to carry our jams and jellies. We didn't want to go into a town and compete with our customers, and we did all kind of shows to get our product out there. We did rattlesnake festivals, kolache festivals, Tyler Rose Festival, Junior League shows. That's how we got people to taste our product and taste our jellies. And so we eventually opened up a showroom at the World Trade Center in Dallas. And our goal was to sell wholesale. And we did pretty well in Texas. We got a lot of people to carry our products. Case Fisher was a young student that went to work with me. And he was very good at combining flavors and coming up with new ideas. And so after he graduated from Texas A&M, his goal was to do something with jalapeno peppers, to maybe marry them with peaches or with plums and come up with something like that. He eventually created the roasted raspberry chipotle sauce, and it was a phenomenal sauce. We introduced it at Oktoberfest in Fredericksburg in October of '96. And I was in charge of selling or sampling the sauces that night. And honest to God, everybody that tried it bought a bottle. And just on the Friday night alone, we sold 22 cases, 12 jars to a case at $9 a pop. It was unbelievable. We also had some small grocery chains in the bigger cities that were carrying our products, and they discovered how good it was selling and how many people were coming back to buy more of the roasted raspberry chipotle. That those stores nominated us as having the best-selling product in America. So in '97, we went to New York City. We were up among 1,400 finalists and we were nominated for having the best-selling product in the United States, and we did win the gold, which is an award called the Sophie Award. It looks like an Oscar. It's the highest award that you can win in the food business. That really gained us recognition that we were a company that had quality, and of course we've always believed in service, and so we treasure the people that carry our products, and we work with them because they are really our customers. We want to keep them happy, and if they sample, they're making money, and that's all what it's about. It's all about taste, and that's how we got started. We're in every major grocery chain in the United States, especially the high quality in stores. Kroger was the exception. They came to us and wanted us in all their stores, and we had to tell them no. Because they weren't what we call segmented. So we knew enough about our product that it had to go in the right market for them to be successful. And in large grocery chains, they have the ability to watch every product and how much it sells every week. And so if you go into a store like that in your 1,000, 3,000 stores, and you have areas where they're not buying the product, it's hard to get a zero. It's like being in school and you get a couple of goose eggs, they throw you out of the whole thing. So we knew we had to be in the special market. Kroger actually came back and said, we understand that. Give us time and we'll change our warehouse. And 11 months later, they came back and said, we're ready for you. And we've been in Kroger ever since. So we learned a lot over the years on how to market our product, how to place it in stores. We are in major grocery chains throughout the United States, but in the high-end categories. We have to be. It's hard to make cheap products with a good product with cheap ingredients. We just can't do it. So it's expensive to make, but it's worth every penny. You go to jelly.com. It's not sauce.com, but jelly was what we did first, and you can order online. We sell into some major grocery chains nationally. Besides Kroger, there's Safeway, but also Costco. You can buy there. We sell in all 50 states, and if you go online and check out where can you buy our product, you can also probably buy it locally. We actually have people who actually want to come to work for us. I mean, the first time somebody says, we want to move to Fredericksburg so we can work for you, that really made us feel good. But Fredericksburg's kind of unique because we have an employment problem. Everybody's got a job, and finding more people is a problem, so there aren't many people unemployed here. It's a lot of fun to work at our company. People enjoy working here. It's like a family. We haven't fired all that many people over the years, but most people are very happy to work, and it really is a family, and it's a fun place to work, and it's really interesting when sometimes movie stars call you up and says, make something for me. So we're looked upon nationally as a leader in the specialty food category. People depend on us to come up with new flavors, and we try to do that every year. We do 2 national shows, one in San Francisco with the Fancy Food Show every January. We also do New York and in early July at the Fancy Food Show, which is the largest food show in the United States. And we set up a 30-foot booth. Our buyers come visit with us. They'll ask us, what's new? What have you got that's new? What's on the cutting edge? What new flavor is out there? And so that's our goal, and we have a lot of fun doing that.